system. That is what it is. The caste system. They never change, and they continue to do it, because that is how you control people, and that is how you enslave people. Because if you give the opportunity for everyone to excel, then those who are in power and those who are the elite will be competed against, and then they will be worried about their benefits and about their resources and about their positions. So very important for them to keep them enslaved. As someone said, don't think that, especially in this country, everyone has the opportunity to go to school, and everyone has the opportunity to go to college. Yes, that is the fact, and that's true. But always remember that by them sending them to schools and to their own schools, and sending them to teach them the topics and the subjects that they want to teach them, they keep their eyes on them, and they keep monitoring them, and they make sure that they are being taught what they want them to learn and what they want them to understand, the way they want them. So that's why you look at the majority of people, even those who went to schools, and even those who have degrees, their minds is like a mind of a child. They cannot think beyond what they were taught. As they said, they cannot think outside the box. They don't see the reality that is happening around them. They don't even care about what's happening around them. The world can be destroyed. And you asked him, he doesn't even have a clue. He might have a PhD, but he doesn't even have a clue what's going outside the borders of his city, or maybe the borders of his neighborhood. And that is the system that they want to implement. And that is the new slavery that they are enslaving those people, the mental slavery. So it's very much the same caste system that you hear him talking about. So Rustum says, they will not, the way we're living will not allow the people, the safala, or the people on the bottom, and he's talking to the Muslims. You are people on the bottom. In our society, you're in the bottom. So if we were to become Muslim like you, then we become equal with you. And your religion is calling for equality. And then it's all about the taqwa. So this will never be allowed by our people. فأجابه زهرة فقال نحن خير الناس للناس فلا نستطيع أن نكون كما تقولون فنحن نطيع الله في السفلة ولا يضرنا من عصى الله فينا. He said, Zuhra, he said, we are the best of the people to the people. We are the best of the people to the people. And we cannot be like what you're saying. Meaning we cannot have this caste system. And we cannot divide people based on their income and based on how much they have and based on their authority. فَنَحْنُ نُطِيعُ اللَّهِ فِي السَّفَلَةِ. We have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding the low ones and regarding the poor. We have to fear Allah in the way we treat them, because the standard in the treatment has nothing to do with how much money he has or how much money he doesn't have. It's about taqwa and about faith. وَلَا يَضُرُّنَا مَنْ عَصَى اللَّهَ فِينَا. And we don't care about the one who's trying to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding us. We will not care who he is. We will take care of him. Then Rustum asked for someone else. He didn't like what Zuhra said, because in the back of his mind he said, this might be an individual opinion. This person, Zuhra, that might be his opinion. So he wants to try someone else, and he wants to compare, and he wants to see, is this really the message of Islam, and is this really the way that those people believe? So he sends him back, and he asks Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas for some other delegate. He wants someone else. So Sa'd radiyallahu anhu sends him Rub'i ibn Amir. Rub'i ibn Amir, one of the Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Rub'i ibn Amir is a poor man, and he comes with patches in his clothes and ripped clothes and very skinny horse, very short horse he comes on. And when he gets to the tent of Rustum, they want to stop him. They said, your weapons. He's holding his spear in his hand. They said, turn in your weapons and get off your horse. He said, you invited me. You asked me to come. And I'm gonna get into this tent on top of my horse with my weapon in my hand. If you don't want to let me do that, I'll turn my back and walk away. You're the ones who need to talk to me. I do not need to talk to you. And this is the honor. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the believers. If you believe that you are obeying Allah, then don't be scared and don't be worried. Wherever they stop you, don't be worried. Stick to what you believe and be honored and be proud of who you are. So he said, I come with this, I walk in with this. And this is Kisra, this is Rustum. He has all the jewelry. He's sitting on a bed made out of gold and covered with silk and jewelry everywhere and precious stones everywhere, wearing a crown. So he tells them, let him in. So when he walks in, he goes with his spear and he puts it right through the silk and the badge of Kisra, of Rustum, to show him that all these things mean nothing to the Muslims. All these things mean nothing to those who want the akhirah. All these things are fake and they will disappear. So he goes and he ties his horse to the bed of Rustum. To the bed of Rustum. That is honor. To show him that we don't care. Don't think you can fool us with all these things. Don't think you can intimidate us with these things. What you have today, you can lose tomorrow. And what you don't have today, you can have tomorrow. So don't be fooled by these images. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you see some of the brothers and some of the Muslims always when they talk about, they talk about brands names. And all talk about clothes. And they all talk about this and that. When he sees something, brand's name, wow. Don't be fooled by these things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids you from doing that. And we have talked about that. All these things are fake. And all these things disappear. And all these things have no weight. As when the Muslims one time, they got some of the bounties of war. And one of them, or one of those things was piece of clothes, a garment that made out of silk, very expensive, murassa'a bil jawahir, has all kinds of stones and all kinds of jewelry on it. So the Sahaba looked at it, something they've never seen before. They were amazed. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أتعجبون من هذه والله إن لمناديل سعد بن معاذ في الجنة خيرا من هذا. He said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you are amazed by this? The towels, he said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, wallahi, the towels of Sa'd ibn Mu'adh radiyallahu anhu in paradise better than this. The towels. So don't be amazed with those superficial things. And don't be a superficial man or a superficial woman. All these things mean nothing. How many things people die to have. And all of us may be that person. And once you have it, a day or two, a week or two, a month or two, it means nothing to you. And perhaps maybe you want to just donate it, right? You want to give it away. Or maybe you would sell it in a garage sale. That is the reality. Because there is no continuous pleasure in any of these things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in this dunya, that people think the happiness through them. So when he comes in, so فقالوا ضع سلاحك قال إني لم آتكم وإنما جئتكم حين دعوتموني فإن تركتموني هكذا وإلا رجعت فقال رستم إذن له فقال رستم ما جاء بكم. السلام ورحمة الله. So Rustum tells Rabi'i ibn Amir, what brought you here? Why you came? You remember he asked the same question to Zuhr. He said, and listen to the answer of Rabi'i ibn Amir, a man who is trusting Allah subhanahu, a man who was taught by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That is what it is. That is what it is. Those people learned from the school of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Those people at the Prophet ﷺ as the man that they take